Hello and welcome to Pro Tour Honolulu. I'm Randy Buehler. I'm here with Brian David Marshall, and we are ready for the semifinals. We're going to start on the match between Kazuya Mitamura and Paul Reitzel. The Japanese player, Mitamura, has 100 lifetime pro points now. He's in his third top 8. There you get a good look at Paul Reitzel. He's been around the tour, kind of a Pro Tour occasional, was on the Gravy Train for a while, fell off, top 8 at the Grand Prix, got back on. And he's been playing on and off on the Pro Tour much longer than Mitamura, since probably about 2001, but never had the breakthrough top 8 finish until now.
I was talking to Paul Reitzel about Mitamura yesterday. I said, he just in the last 3 years since he started playing on the Pro Tour, he just crossed the 100-point threshold. And he's like, what? It took me 9 years to get 50 points.
Yes. Mitamura has a red-green aggro deck. It's maybe not quite as fast as Mitamura would like it to be. A little light on the 2 drops, but still a fine deck.
Double stinger.
It's got a quietest spike. I mean, if the game goes long, he can stitch that together for really good effect. Reitzel on the other side, also red-green. Touch of black, couple of junk cards. Here comes Outlander.
Outlander is a game 1 only card for Paul in this matchup.
Sure. Protection for blue, certainly not relevant. It's nice to have 2 drops though. You think I think he will take him out. He was saying he's so mana intensive. You know, CD and R&D lingo puts a lot of pressure on your mana base to be able to just cast that guy on turn 2, even if you're base red-green.
I think he's actually going to side it out for Breath of the Malfagor.
That's interesting. I heard the same thing, and it makes sense. I think it's pretty smart. Reitzel figures he can come out, he can blast him out of the water. Mitamura's got some big creatures in his deck to potentially stabilize, so being able to get for those last 5 over the top could be the difference.
Now, Paul's plan this whole match is to get to 5 mana and play Mycolith. Again, unless Mitamura has that 2-card combo, he has no answers for it in his deck.
Quietest spike on a stinger is the only way Paul can, only way Mitamura can kill Michael off. Elvish Visionary is a pretty interesting card in Reitzel's deck. He's got 2 of them. And the way the draft played out, he went first pick Skeleton Eyes, second pick he got shipped a Michaeloth. So he's kind of green-red. He then picked up Hissing Iguana, or third. So the 4th pick is really the fork in the road for Paul's draft. There's an Elvish Visionary in the pack, and there's a Steward of Valoron in the pack. And he's looking at it. He's got no white cards. He knows that Kibble on his right is going Esper, so he's white, blue, black. And Reitzel figures, I've got Iguana. Maybe I can get a Devour Engine going on. I'm in red. I'm not in white right now. And he took Elvish Visionary over Steward of Valoron.
And he figured he was going to get cut off on some of the white cards.
Yeah, did not expect to get past white. Prefers a 2-color deck anyway, sort of set himself up for red-green to go 2-color. I think it's right. I mean, in retrospect, we watched what happened in the draft, and Paul wound up shipping 2 different Knight of New Alara. He could have had a totally sick green-white deck with double Steward, double Knight of New Alara.
Green-white splash red.
He could have been green-white splash red and been just amazing. But I don't know how, you can't know that's coming, right? Sure. You have to be psychic to set it up that way. I think he was completely correct to try to be red-green. Maybe I'll touch white, maybe I'll touch black. We'll see what happens. But try to be 2-color red-green as much as possible.
Meanwhile, Mitamura's zapped the Elvish Visionary with the Jund Sojourners.
So they both got a card out of that.
Yeah. There's Trace of Abundance. Mitamura building up his mana, but not really, again, not coming out super aggressively.
You think he was right? Do you like the Visionary pick there?
I understand the Visionary pick there.
That isn't the question that I asked.
I like Steward Valoron probably
more than most people.
More than most people do. There's a Dragon Fodder. Mycolith Fodder in this case.
That's the other thing. The fact that he's got a Mycolith means Dragon Fodder is the kind of card he's looking for. All the more reason to go red-green, right?
Mm-hmm. Cycle Deadshot Cyclops. Probably not very useful in this matchup. Other than as a 1-bot. Mitamura have basically not done anything in this game.
It's true. Picked off a Visionary. Cost? 4.
That's about to change.
Bloodbraid Elf. Cascades into... Wow. Ember Weaver. Ember Weaver really good against Paul's deck. 3/3 first strike is a beating.
But Paul's
hand, like he's
got all the
backlash.
answers. He's got Sangre, Last Gasp. Yeah, and I think he might have a Colossal Might too if he wanted to take down the
Bloodbraid?
The Bloodbraid Elf.
That doesn't sound right. If he wants to fight Bloodbraid, he double blocks here.
Yep, doesn't care. That's fine.
I think that's right.
Yep.
And once he uses Colossal Might offensively, gets the trample damage in. I got a Blister Beetle. Does that do anything? I mean, he can attack Outlander into first striking Ember Weaver, but it kind of telegraphs. So doesn't want to telegraph the Colossal Might. He'd rather just use the removal spell. Clear a path, come in for 4. Now what?
Future Lich.
Oh, nice.
I'm seeing a lot of the cards, a lot of the staple cards from this constructed format.
As we saw all day long in Block Constructed, Future Leech beats up Bloodbraid Elf. Once you get him in play, the Leech is a little better.
Looks like Minimore is thinking about attacking here.
You block, right?
You take this. You take this trade, this offer.
Well, what kind of giant growthy stuff? Well, he doesn't have removal.
So what does he see from Minimore in the way of?
Looks like Paul's going to take it. What's he representing there? Let's study Minimore's Decklist. Here comes Goblin Outlander and Rock's Brute for 4.
Not sure what he's... Ember Weaver, 1/7 bounty. I'm not sure what he's representing there. Maybe the Violent Outburst.
How many hit? 4.
Like I'm usually a fan of blocking. Let's just log through the tricks.
Yep. I think it has to be. I think he was playing a Violent Outburst.
Could be Blister Beetle.
Sure. And Blister Beetle. That's the other play.
And I'm like, okay, I traded my Future Leech and 2 life for Blister Beetle and Bloodbraid Elf. I'm okay with that. Fiery Fall would have straight up killed it. Yeah, I think you're supposed to block there.
Sends the Putrid Leech into the gray zone.
Gray zone does not have the same ring to it.
Red zone's entirely metaphorical now.
I think so. Double block, the Brute and the Outlander, interesting.
So even if he does have Colossal Might,
yep,
they go 2 for 2. You can only get the Putrid Leech's toughness up to 6.
Right, and Paul does in fact have Colossal Might. So what do? Do you want to trade Colossal? If he uses the Colossal Might, he can kill them both.
Yeah, he's fine. Just
that looks right.
Sitting back.
Looks right.
Go.
Oh, especially if you can Cavern Doctor.
Yep.
How good is Cavern Doctor in full block draft, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it very much.
I don't either.
And it's sort of like it's like in the 20s, right, in terms of your cards.
Yeah. Used to be really good, but...
Ooh, there's a
Jungle Weaver. Colossal Might is going to be so good here. I mean, he's going to attack Bakhtar, representing a trade with the Jungle Weaver. And in fact, Colossal Might is going to make it a blowout, right? How much red mana does Paul have? 2?
Looks like he has a Rupture Spire and a Border Post. But his hands really look like he lost a fight with a sheet glass window.
They do. His ankles are even worse.
He said he was bleeding into his shoes.
I believe it.
Just a thought.
Yeah. Now Minamura knows, he's been trying to play around Colossal Might. He's been aware of it. So yeah, he's going to line up multiple blockers. And Paul wishes he had another red mana. Right, if he had another red mana, he could actually just 2 for 1 here. But without the third red mana,
He gets up to 9. Gets them both, right? Nope,
No.
He's just going to pump.
right, it's yet another case where Minamura blocked so that Colossal Might couldn't really blow him out. Smart blocks from Minamura.
Sarslam Archers for Paul. That was his first pick in the second pack.
Yep.
Said it was a terrible pack for him.
It would have been better 2 attacks ago. That Outlander has just been thwarting all of Paul's Colossal Might plans.
Just basically getting the back of the blocker.
Right. Black backlash from Minamura. Down go the Archers. And Kazuya goes on the offensive. It's 5 power worth of attackers. Paul does not have his Colossal Mana untapped. And looks like he just takes it. Is he going to double block Blood Braid? I think he got a double block Blood Braid here.
Double block.
Oh, trade everything?
Carrying directions.
What was
Then a Valley ran it.
Yep. 6-3 versus a 4-4.
That'll regrow something if he
Yep.
goes to the river.
Seems like Kazuya's got to stay on defense, right? 12-12, he loses that race.
There's a tapper. Naya
Battle Mage, yeah. Paul's going to get in 1 attack.
Naya Battle Mage is one of the only ways in his deck to turn on his Drum Hunter.
Funny. How much white mana does he have? Just the trace?
Looks like he has only the trace right now.
He'll be burning for 1. Seems well worth it to tap a 6-3.
Force Field.
Right. Paul's got a brawl here, right?
Worried about something coming back.
Paul's hand, not very exciting. Does have the Colossal Might, but not quite. Actually, if he Colossal Might and deals 10 damage, Minamura can only tap once. He should just Colossal Might and put him at 2. Or even better. That's way better.
So, 4-6.
Mar goes down to 6. 6-3 lives to fight again.
Right.
And Minamura
Deciding
loses his graveyard 4.
Interesting little sort of attrition-y battle they're fighting
Blood
here.
Braid Elf, don't you?
Bloodbraid Elf seems pretty good.
I think he had anything. I mean, I guess he had the Rock Fruit, which is a little more substantial. It deals a little more guaranteed damage.
Sure. I would Bloodbraid.
You watched Minamura play a lot in the feature match area this weekend.
Yep.
What did you think of how he was playing?
He was being both good and lucky. which is kind of what it takes to put up a top 8.
Isn't being lucky a byproduct of being good? I mean, we've talked about that a lot.
Sure, but I mean, he was playing against good opponents. He had a couple clutch top decks. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. He did get back the Blood Red Elf.
And here it is. That's 2. Stinger.
Now we just need the quietest part.
Battle Mage attacks. Is that a second stinger?
Yep.
Wow. Now what? Paul draws Mountain.
Jump block. Trade with the Blood Red Elf.
Yep. I think Paul should attack, though, before Battle Mage comes back online. And he can't block, realistically. He's going to try to block.
He gets to burn him for 1, I guess.
Jeez, Blister Beetle and a couple of pings.
But
Crunch. Minamura comes over for 5. That's half Raizel's life.
And is that a Vengeful Rebirth?
Oh, jeez. Scoop him up. Kazuya Mitamura takes game 1. That's 3 out of 5. But game 1 goes to Mitamura. Is that how you expected the game to play out?
No, but I don't think it looked like Paul just sort of hit a little bit of a land glut there, yeah. Definitely didn't think that the Stingers were going to be as impactful. And they didn't show up until the late turns. Meanwhile, on the back table, we have Conley Woods and Mikhail Hebney.
Near the end of game 1 over there as well. We will definitely get you an update as that game winds down. So how do you sideboard?
Well, we know that Paul's taken out his. He said he was taking out his Outlander.
What's he talking about taking out the Might of Alara?
And the Might of Alara, yeah. And then he was bringing in Breath of Malphegor, and I don't remember what the other card he said he was going to bring in was.
Violent Outburst.
Violent Outburst, you're right.
In fact, it's the Violent Outburst is why he wants to take out the Might of Alara. Because he figures cascading that out is going to be pretty weak, potentially.
Mitamura, on the other hand, doesn't have a ton of, he has Wandering Goblins, he doesn't have a lot of tools at his disposal out of his sideboard.
Meanwhile, on the back table,